Never hire a friend. Never work with your family. I hear this all the time. And it could not be further from my experience.
Or mine.
You know, I think that never hire a friend and never work with your family if you're unwilling to communicate. You're gonna spend a lot of your time working. It's quite likely that you'll spend a lot of time working. And wouldn't you rather, I know I would rather, I know you would rather, spend your time working with people who you love and who you care about and who you have past experience with?
A lot more is at stake when you're working with your friends or family, because you generally care more about those relationships than you care about relationships with people you don't actually know that well.
Which is actually a good thing, because it forces you to be more deliberate about your communication. All people want is a way to win. People just want to feel like they can win. And so if you're going to hire or work with anyone, you've got to give them a way to win. And the easiest way to do that is to give them clarification on what their role is and what you want them to be doing and when you want them to be doing it, and have some kind of a...
It's very hard to win at something if you don't know the rules of the game.
Yeah, and so what we've done, and we run multiple 7-figure businesses, and one that's looking like it'll be 8 figures in 2016. What we've done is we've hired all of our best friends and family, basically. My cousins, your best friend, our best friend's best friend. Like, we have gone the route of building this team around us of people we know and love. And it's been so amazing because it gives us excuses to relate with people who are already in our circle of friends.
Well, and also as an entrepreneur, your work life doesn't like end at 5 p.m. and then you go home. It's very integrated into your life, or at least our work life is very integrated into the rest of our life. And so for us, it made a whole lot of sense to hire our friends and family because we like talking to them. We want them to be a big part of our life, and our work is a big part of our life.
Absolutely.
And they are now a part of that.
And, you know, a lot of people tell me, because we have the opportunity to, you know, deal with thousands of entrepreneurs each year through our coaching and our courses and stuff like that. And sometimes people will report that they hired help or they bought help and it wasn't any good. You know, their virtual assistant was no good. But the truth of the matter is, your help is as good as you are at investing in them and telling them what they should do and bringing them up. So what we do is each person we bring on, they're not necessarily in the digital marketing world or e-commerce world. Most of them have never done anything like this before, but we invest in them. We spend time and energy and effort bringing them up, educating them, giving them training courses. You know, we invest in our people, and I think that...
Yes, we do. And in this industry, things are changing very quickly. And so we've found that it's less important that somebody come in knowing a certain set of skills, and more important that they have the ability to learn and the willingness to try different things and
the enthusiasm, you know, a desire to do well and put energy and effort into it. So this
our hiring criterion is more about the how than the what.
That's right, because you can train someone, and likely what's going to happen is when you buy your first help, you entrepreneur or business owner who is watching this, who has an organization that you are looking to scale, that person is going to do a lot, right? That first person that you bring on, you may not have a team of 10 or 15 or 20 or whatever it is, but like that first person you bring on is probably going to play a swing role, and they're going to do a lot of different things.
Yeah, and they probably will do those roles for a while, and then as you get to know them and find out where their what their fortes are, they'll probably move into a more specialized role, and you'll bring in a new person to play that swing role. And you know, people aren't generally going to stay in the same job for years at a time, maybe not even months at a time.
What we've found is that if you're a single operator, if you are an entrepreneur or business owner, but you're a do-it-yourself entrepreneur or business owner who does all of the operations, you probably aren't going to get past building a $200,000 to $300,000 a year business. Like, that's kind of where you'll max out and burn out and kind of, you know, fizzle. And if you're willing to add more people, build a team around you who you communicate with and who works on your projects with you, then you can scale further from there. 2 people can break $1 million, and it just goes on from there, in our experience. And one of the keys with buying help or building a team or doing something with a group of people is to ensure that they are incentivized, that when you do well, they do well. And I find that a lot of times what people don't want to give up control. And so they they don't want to have anyone come in because they don't want anyone to challenge them. And one of the beautiful things about hiring friends and family is they will challenge you. They will say, well, just because you're the boss or you're in charge or whatever, you've got a back relationship. You've got,
Yeah.
like they're willing to.
You want people on your team who are going to share what they actually think about something.
Yes.
Who are going to point out your blind spots. And
not just be yes people,
in our experience, hiring people who we already know and who we already trust has made that level of relationship kind of built in, as opposed to having to grow to that over time.
And we set that expectation up front. That's another thing. The frame, how you frame it, is very important. So we tell everyone, look, express what you feel. If you think something, that is a valid thought, and let us know, and we'll have a conversation about it. Like, people should feel free expressing themselves and have autonomy within their role. Nobody likes to be micromanaged.
No.
So this is a sort of a conversation that's on the table right now because it's the holidays and it's hiring season, because things get crazy in online business during the holidays, and so there's a lot of conversations about who should I hire and how do I hire them and how do I get help. And we have had a really amazing time over the last several years building a team. We're 20 plus now. We're all virtual and it's going really well. And hiring friends and family has really worked out for us. Yeah,
and you can also hire people who are not your friends and family. Not our entire team is friends and family. A lot of, most of them are. But we have we have people overseas.
We've got people in the Ukraine. We've got people in Australia. We do have scaled. We do. We have. So we're not saying. I think our cat is joining us.
Sophie's
Sophie, you want to join? Sophie is our main helper.
Yes, she's running the show.
She does run the show around here. So, you taking off now? Okay, you're sticking around. Okay. Point being that this is not like the right way to do it. We're not saying this is any better than any other way.
What we are saying is that a lot of people will advise you not to hire
people will say this is the wrong way.
And we have not found it.
We have not found that to be the wrong. We have found it to be unbelievably pleasurable. And basically what it comes down to is it doesn't matter who you work with. It matters how you work with them, what expectations you set for them, how much you invest in them, what the infrastructure for your communication is. Do you have a team communication platform like Slack where Yeah,
it matters who this person is and how you feel in relationship to them and how they feel in relationship to you. It's very important that you have a good working relationship with them. And if you hire somebody you already know, then at least you already know that you get along.
Yeah, totally.
And not everybody you know is going to be a good fit to work with you.
Right. That is also true. You've got to be deliberate about who you bring on, because some people are not team players. Yeah. Some people want to do their own thing or be in, so you gotta you gotta know who you're dealing with.
Yeah, you can't hire somebody who you know is not going to be okay not being in charge.
Right. So Ezra Firestone, Carrie Firestone, people would tell us that we shouldn't work together.
It's worked out so far.
I would disagree. So
Me too.
Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.